Huh? This is where I realised we should have scripted an intro. Yeah. So, suppose first thing to say is welcome to the non-league Nutter Natter. Yeah. Uh, yeah, something was someone suggested we do, so we thought we'd give it a go.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Let's see where this goes.
Yeah. Probably nowhere, but it's a bit of fun at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, introductions first of all, obviously. I'm early 30s, let's just leave it at that. Just dropped 17
Yeah, and I'm
didn't
Andrew, which is I'm in my late 40s, and we're definitely going to leave it at that.
Yeah, let's just say it's closer to our century than he's 40.
Yeah.
I'm Midlands based, so most of my games are around the Midlands, so I tend to like mainly and you find out too as well.
Yeah, I tend to go to non-league matches all over the southeast, really. I'm based in Luton, so get everywhere around here and just enjoy going to the non-league games.
Yeah, no, same, definitely. If just to clear, the main reason, well, it's not the main reason, but the reason I'm mainly fond of TV around the moment is because I drive, so it's just easy, it's local. And whereas obviously you've got the luxury of being able to take yourself wherever you want to go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, I started off my non-league journey when my hometown club, Oxford United, were actually in non-league in the early 2000s. So
Fair
that's what
enough.
got me into non-league originally.
Yeah,
Uh, And then I stayed in non-league.
yeah, much better than the Premier League nonsense.
Hmm.
So my involvement with non-league is how I started. So purely by chance, in all honesty, whilst I was at college, decided well I was doing sport and decided I'd like to do something alongside it. Actually retired from playing at 17, which is quite a young. Picked up a couple of knocks, went back, tried to get into it in Sunday League, but it was adult Sunday League club football, and it was just stupid tackle flying everywhere. Yeah, it's not it's a little bit interested. Approached a couple of non-league clubs local to me to see if they were interested on taking on the apprentice goalkeeper coach, and see what that came to me, and that was for the 2011-2012 season, so 11 years ago. Um, so yeah, my first taste of non-league football, and as you say, just you never look back once off you're in it. It's just its own little community, and it's a lot better than like as a professional. A lot less toxicity, I think, is around. Uh,
Yeah, it's a lot of more of a friendly atmosphere all round, isn't it?
yeah,
Go to non-league grounds, there's no segregation, everybody just mucks in. It's
yeah,
all volunteers running the show.
yeah,
It's just friendly and and a nice atmosphere.
yes. 99 times out of 100, you do obviously get the odd idiots every now and again, but
Yeah,
you usually find out they've been banned from the local professional club as well, and things like that. That makes sense. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, so my involvement with Giselle, as I say, from then, did a year as an apprentice goalkeeper coach with the first team. Then at the end of that first season, I finished college and entered the wonderful world of work. Um, which obviously due to my age and whatnot, it just limited options. Didn't go to university, so I ended up in retail and ended up working at Muriel, which is, Andrew, as you know, we worked at Muriel together. Long
Mm.
shifts, nice long shifts, 9 till 9 Monday to, well, we don't obviously work 9 till 9, well, sometimes we did. Um, 9 till 9 Monday to Friday, 9 till 7 Saturday, and 11 till 5 on your Sunday. So obviously, first job, being young, you get stuck with the weekend shifts, so it kind of knocked that on the head. So I took a role with the U team. Um, because the company I worked for at the time were happy to accommodate me having a couple of nights off in the week to go with the U team. So that happened. I think I did a season with those. And then I ended up at the wonderful company that Andrew works for now, because I'm not going to name because I might slag them off in the future. So I won't name them.
Yeah, we'll leave the company name out, but no, we did work together for about 9 months up in the Midlands, and
Yeah,
before I moved down south. But, that's how we met. That's how we decided we both loved non-league football, and
Yeah,
Hence, we're still in touch and both non-league nutters now. So,
yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, eventually I moved on from that company in 2019. Took up a role with a local building society, which obviously finance Monday to Friday. Wonderful, football's back on the cards. So yeah, I've been involved fully again, really, since the end of COVID. Um, Obviously, we went to the last game together before the first lockdown. We'll get into that one
mhm.
because it's quite memorable for a reason, which we'll get into. Um, but yeah, then we had the whole lockdown, and that's when I actually started my blog, just because I was bored in lockdown, and there was a football came back quite early, and I think there was an incident with a referee squaring up to a player.
That might well have
I
been
think
that
it
one,
was. I
yeah.
think that was my first one. I only heard about the things that could be brought in to help the referees out, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give this a go. That did well, ish. Helped by the fact we were both doing I call it Tiverdown to Wembley because that's what the book was called, but obviously following the first team from the extra preliminary round to the FA Cup final. Got a decent following with that. That got curtailed by the second COVID lockdown. Put a stop in.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to stick with it now. Got on with the club, got on, we were already there. Um, and sadly, like, I wanted because doing that, although it's fun and you get to see new places, you don't know where you're going. Um,
Hmm.
it ends up getting quite costly, especially if you're not driving. And then trains and whatnot. I remember going to Spalding and I got stuck in Spalding. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the Spalding trip. Yes,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I remember you doing that one.
yeah. But after
Can't remember where I was on the day, but
that, you were somewhere
might have
around
been
that way,
Leamington
yeah.
or Stratford, somewhere
I
like
think you're
that.
around that way. I think it was Leamington because we met at Leamington in the next round.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, I spent an afternoon. Well, an afternoon. I got to the game late because I got stuck in Sleaford on the way there. Ended up the train being cancelled. And then yeah, game finished and yeah, you're stuck in Spalding. Oh, wonderful. Um, yeah. But I have to say with that day, I wasn't originally going to Spalding. Because it was expensive, but the chairman of Spalding reached out to me and said, we'll pay for your travel. I was like, thank you. So I ended up in Spalding and we hadn't gone in yet. Um, but no, then since the I say end of COVID, I think God's just not such a big issue anymore. Yeah, I've been pretty much doing that all the time. Last season, around about Christmas, I was asked back on the coaching staff by Dave King, the manager at the time, as the current goalkeeper coach Wayne had a hernia and put him out of action for 6 weeks. So I obviously took it on, assuming it would be temporary. Wayne and Dave asked me to stay until the end of the season, which I did do. Dave stepped down at the end of the season and made way for his assistant Stuart Howe, who's currently in charge. And yeah, at that time I left my role back to just Wayne. Um, so yeah, so currently I'm chief program seller, chief Super Six maker upper, not very successfully.
Chief
Um,
General Dog's Body.
chief, no, actually, I can't take that title. That's definitely 100% Leon. He's chief general dog's body, but I do what I can to help out well I can. But yeah, just for me, Tividal is one of those clubs. Like I say, I had to step away for a few years while I was working, and I went back, and it was as if I hadn't gone anywhere. So
Yeah,
I don't
feels
want to go
home,
anywhere
home,
else.
yeah.
Yeah,
True. So you did mention briefly there the last match before COVID,
yeah, yeah,
which was quite a funny one, wasn't it?
yeah.
So,
Yeah. Sporting Culture in Tividal.
Sporting Council in Tividale, that's right. That's Asprey Arena,
Yeah, what was known as
4G pitch.
yeah, now known as the Guardian Warehouse Arena. Let's get the right name in there before we get shouted at for that.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, no, 4D pitch. What can I say? If you wouldn't have known it as William Town, would you?
hey, what?
You wouldn't have known it as William Town.
No,
Yeah,
didn't know it was Willing Oldtown.
yeah.
No. So
Was Willing Oldtown.
anyway,
Yeah,
the incident has gone down in history among our mates as Ratgate,
yeah, right, okay.
and basically, was it actually during the match or was it just before the match? I
No, it
can't
was
quite
during the match.
remember
I
when it
think,
happened.
I think it was like,
It was during the
yeah,
match. All of a sudden, there was a 23rd player on the pitch. It was a dirty, great, stinking rat. Well, one of the coaches decided it was a good idea to pick up two of those little disky things that they run around at the start of the matches. Picked up two of these, managed to catch the rat between them, and then trotted across the pitch, literally juggling the rat from one to the other until he could launch it over the fence at the side.
yeah.
And it was more entertaining than the match, I think. But
Yeah, other than probably the last 10 minutes. Well, the last 5
yeah,
minutes when Carlson threw. So it was a proper smashing. I might even that now, really.
was that the one where the ball crossed the line,
Yeah,
made a clear imprint on the ground behind the line,
yeah,
and the goalkeeper scrubbed it out with his foot quickly so the referee didn't give the goal?
yeah,
So,
yeah. The Harrison
same
was fair
game,
play
yeah,
to him. Yeah, yeah, but Carlson pretty much dominated the thing, and then Timmy went up and broke.
yeah.
Just scored.
Yeah.
Smith wondering, I think we just moved on actually this season. Um, but yeah,
So that's the sort of entertainment level you get at non-league, which is why non-league is just fun. So I've
it,
also seen foxes on pitches
yeah,
in non-league as well. So
yeah. But even going to the incident where the ball clearly crossed the line, I mean, we were right by the goal, so we could see it clearly. Um,
yeah,
the linesman couldn't quite see it. I'm not sure if there was potential because it was from a corner. There might potentially be somebody on the post blocking his view. But like I said, the
I
imprint.
saw another incident with a ball clearly crossing the line. End of last season,
Yeah,
it was a Step 7 non-league match. So they didn't have professional
that
linesmen.
the linesman.
So each team provided a linesman
Yeah,
to run the line.
yeah,
And this guy scored from the edge of the area, cracked it off the crossbar, came down clearly behind the line to the 100 or so fans behind. It was a Groundhoppers weekend, so there was a lot of
yeah.
fans there. Clearly, it was a world-class goal and clearly crossed the line. And the referee said to the linesman, did it cross the line? It was the opposing team's
Linesman.
guy, and he just said, no, it didn't. And the referee wouldn't award the goal.
Which is
And
all fairness. If the referee can't see,
absolute
yeah,
ridiculous. So, I mean, the referee would have been better off asking the bunch
the
of
crowd.
neutrals that was
Yeah,
stood behind the goal than the clearly biased linesman.
yeah.
There we go.
And that's the problem, isn't it? I mean, you've watched the one Sunday league game with me, and I ended up running the line in that. It's
Yeah, yeah.
oh yeah, I like to think I do it fairly. Um, it frustrates
I
me.
think most do, to be fair, but that one clearly was
I think most
clearly
do
biased.
when they're not players. I think some players
Mm.
intentionally do be
Yeah,
offsides and whatnot, but generally, if I
and these guys were players, so
yeah,
yeah.
um, yeah, it frustrates me that like I said, I only did Sunday mornings, but you can't give fouls or anything like that when it's lining the obvious half a yard away from you. Um,
Mm.
I had an incident many years ago. This was probably 19, 20, the defender, sorry, the forward clearly handled the ball to control it, but the ref was blindsided, so I put the flag up. But he's like, well, what are you flagging for after the score? And I'm like, well, he's handled it. He's like, well, you can't give that. I'm like, but he's handled it. I thought, I can see it's clear as day he's handled it. It's like, well, you're not there for
Yeah,
that. You're there for throwing the corners and offsides. I thought, okay, fair enough.
fair enough. Well,
Again, I understand it because it's like that referee doesn't know me well enough to know that if that had been the other way around and it was defender on the line and he hadn't seen it, I would have also flagged for the penalty.
mm,
And so I understand where they're coming from with that, but I think there's situations like that when he clearly can't see and he's got somebody who can see it,
yeah.
then
Yeah, exactly. Should take it on board. But then, even when they've got professional linesmen, the referees sometimes will just not listen to the linesman
yeah,
at all.
yeah,
Sometimes the linesmen have clearly seen something and won't do anything about it. They should flag to the referee and say this has happened, but they don't.
yeah,
So it's a mixed bag. It really is. Sometimes you get some really good officials,
yeah,
but they're at the lower levels. there is a lot of lower level refereeing as well. I think.
Yeah, step 5 at the minute seems to be a hotbed for poor referees. They like the sound of their own voices at step 5, but the problem with step 5 is a lot of pushing for higher, and they're being
Yeah,
assessed week in, week out, and it's like, don't don't assess them every week, because if they know they're being assessed, and don't tell them they're being assessed, when they know
yeah,
they're being assessed, 9 times out of 10 they've ruined the game.
yes,
Yeah,
seen it.
but a couple of things with the linesmen actually going back to them, like assistant referees, as they call me. Sorry. um, saw a short clip on Twitter or yesterday, or I think it was, um, where the forward and the defender both tracking the ball towards the corner, and it's literally 2 yards in front of the linesman. And so the defender clearly touches it last and it goes out for a corner. Linesman flags for the corner. Referee points for a goal kick, and you can see the linesman saying no. The defender's touched it last, and he still gives the goal kick. So it's like, what is the point?
What can they do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And then the flip side of it,
yeah,
the other week, Timmerdale played Chifnell, 3-3 in the umpteenth minute of injury time, as we get nowadays. Timmerdale playing it absolutely cleared out inside the box. In all fairness to the referee, his position, it was very close to the edge of the box. He can't see, so you could see he blew the whistle and looked at his linesman, who was just looked at him and just put his arms out to say, and so he's given the free kick. The player's
yeah,
chatting to the linesman, you can see it's in the box, and the linesman has gone, well, he's got to ask me. He's got to ask me. I can't just tell him. And look, he looks at you to ask for your help, and you just put your arms
yeah,
out and shrug your shoulders.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been
Madness.
the difference
That's
between us
right.
Wimbledon and
Anyway,
Tower got something out of it. But yeah.
I'll tell you another thing I like about Gunner Non-League though is some of the characters you see in the crowd. Oh dear me,
Yeah.
I'd call it crowd. I mean, you couldn't really call it a crowd in some places, but
No, yeah.
yes.
Sometimes it's a bit
So,
hypocritical. Yeah, are you
but no,
referring
we've
to
got the ones that attach themselves to you, and you think, look, come on, give me a break. And
yeah, yeah, are you
one of the best I saw was the guy who decided that he was commentating on the game, but he wasn't just commentating on the game. He was his own pundit as well, stood next to it. So basically, he was commentating and asking his mate, who was his self,
yeah,
what he thought, and he was having a two-way conversation, just as one bloke on his own.
yeah,
Yeah, that was just hilarious to watch. He was obviously enjoying the game, but
yeah.
it was funny to watch.
I do hope one day he goes, so what do you think of that? And he goes, I don't know, Jeff.
Could quite
I do
easily
wish he'd do that.
do.
That would be interesting.
I can't even remember which game that was at that I saw him, but he was funny.
Yeah.
So,
And then we had
yeah.
our friend at Lie.
Oh yes, the
Yeah,
guy with his
the guy with
wheelchair.
his,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
with
it.
his walker, yeah. Funny
Yeah.
enough, was regular at Timmerdale for a while.
Oh
Before,
yeah.
again, before COVID. I haven't seen him since COVID. No one's seen him since COVID, so
Hopefully he's all right.
he did seem to have a lot of health issues. So yeah, hopefully he's still with us and doing well and annoying someone else away from the football field.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, yes, yes.
I seem to
But it is entertaining what you see at these games.
yeah,
So.
he certainly attached himself to us that night.
He did,
Yeah,
yes, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
No matter where we went round the ground, he suddenly appeared with his walker next to us, and we think, oh,
yeah.
okay,
Until we decided to
trying to
go.
have a conversation here. So,
Yeah, until we decided to go a couple of steps up the stand and he couldn't follow us.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's sort of like beat him in the end, didn't it?
yeah,
But
yeah,
that
yeah.
was it. That was the way to do it.
It was.
Well,
Yeah.
so I think we're going to try some of these podcasty things when we might actually be at games as well, so we can give you updates
Yeah.
on games as we go, some sort of live football commentary type stuff. So we can certainly give that a go, and also we'll just pick stories that we pick up in the week from various sources and
Mhm.
run through what we see.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Not sure how the live commentary is going to work yet. We'll probably just
no,
have
we'll
to
just
do
have to
this
try
kind of
that. Maybe
things.
record something and put
Yeah.
it together later or something. So,
Yeah. Unless we literally sit with this on whilst the game's on.
Yeah, that might be a bit tricky.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll just sort of like report on them afterwards,
yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
So
Uh,
yeah,
so yeah,
I think we could wind this one up for today
yeah,
and call it a wrap. And let's go and sort out what we're going to do next time.
yeah, 100%. I mean, we've got a few things that we can do. Oh, actually, one
Have you
thing.
got some stories already? You have, haven't you? Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
What have we got in the papers?
So I think one of the nice talking about this weekend is obviously first round of the FA Cup.
Oh, that's right. Next weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously some of the lower league teams, well, non-league teams, drawing some of the big boys. And the decision to move Horshams came away at Barnsley to a Friday night, which is a 12-hour round trip.
Decision apparently made by the police.
South Yorkshire Police, yeah.
The South Yorkshire Police have decided that for whatever reason that cannot be played at 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, and it's got to move to a Friday evening. So Horsham's biggest game, possibly even in their entire history,
Yeah.
and that they've got hardly any chance of getting many fans up there for a
Well,
Friday evening.
they reckon they're going to get about 50% of what they were originally going to get.
Yeah.
Which obviously affects.
I mean, you're talking a 4-hour journey without the factor in Friday night traffic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Horsham have expressed their disappointment to Yorkshire Police, but Yorkshire Police apparently said there's no way around this because they were unaware of the game, which, in all fairness, yes, it was only drawn 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, but the first round date had been
the game
penciled
was
in.
only drawn 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago, but they knew that was the FA Cup first round weekend. They
yeah,
knew that Barnsley were in it, which meant that they had every possibility of being drawn at home.
yeah,
So they could have had a plan in place
yeah,
anyway, regardless of whether it was going to happen or who they were going to be playing.
yeah, 100%. I believe the reason they've given is due their forces stretched due to it being Halloween and Bonfire weekend and Sheffield United being at home. We're like, that's fair enough, but there's also a Sunday that you're going to move the game to. But they also decided that wasn't an option for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, bit of a
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer for Horsham, that one.
yeah,
But,
especially with them not being the televised game that night, which is obviously that is Sheffield United
it
and
is,
Walsall.
yeah. So that's Sheppey, isn't it?
Yeah, it is indeed.
Sheppey on ITV4 on Friday evenings.
Yeah, yeah, and that's against one of my local teams, Walsall.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
but
Okay.
could be interesting. But I would like to say, funnily enough, I'll have Walsall next Tuesday night in the Senior Cup.
That's right, they do, don't they?
Nice
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
segue
Good luck
there.
to
Yeah.
Tibby.
Yeah, so yeah, that's where I'll be next Tuesday night, hopefully, weather dependent. With good old Storm Kieran, is it, rolling in for the weekend?
Yeah, Storm Kieran coming in tomorrow
Is it
night,
tomorrow?
Wednesday night, apparently.
Wonderful.
So,
So, it might be okay for Tuesday. I don't know much hope for Saturday's game then, because Timmy's pitch is already full of water. It wasn't quite waterlogged when I was up there Sunday, but it was holding quite a lot of water in under the surface. You'd be really walking on it, and that's a shame because that's Dudley Town for us on Saturday, which is ironically Dudley Town's away game is going to be closer to Dudley than their home game. So, currently don't have a home ground and are ground sharing with Sporting Kelsey. So they play all the way over in Wolverhampton and we play literally on the border of Dudley. So yeah,
cool.
hopefully
Right.
that survives. There was something as well that I've seen quite Farnham Town, Farnham being
Farnham Town.
100% record.
Oh, that's right. They're the only team in England
The
now,
only
aren't they?
team in
Still with a
England,
100% record.
bar their one loss in the FA Cup, but we won't get that given it's
Right. I might have to see if they're playing Saturday then. That might be my trip for Saturday.
They are playing currently. Last time I checked, they were 2 back for 24 minutes, so it looks like they're going to continue that 100% record.
Okay, good. Well, I'll go and give them the curse of death on Saturday then and see if they can lose. So
Yeah. But, I mean, 100% record at this point of the season, especially for a Step 5 club.
yeah, it's pretty amazing, isn't it? So,
But I've looked into it and it looks like they're throwing quite a bit of money at it. Which they're entitled to if they've got it, but they've somehow managed to entice players from Step 2 and Step 3 to come and play for them.
Interesting.
So,
Needs a bit of digging there, see what happens.
yeah, so that's one to keep an eye on now until they lose that 100% record. Not to put a
Yeah.
curse on them, but
Saturday, I told you, I'm going to go and watch them on Saturday, and that'll do it.
as long as it's not 0-0.
Yeah, better not be 0-0.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. And then also, one thing which I found bizarre, Macclesfield sacking their manager while he's sitting 7th.
There doesn't appear to be any reason for that.
I've got the article.
What did they give us a reason?
He'd lost so many games out of the last so many, and let me find it.
But they're still sat 7th in the league.
Yeah, but they wanted to get rid of him and make a change before the losses became irreversible, I think was the words they used.
Oh, is that what they said? Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's just a scheme. They wanted a different bloke in, so they came up with an excuse to do
Well,
it.
funny enough, they've appointed Alex Bruce today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there you go.
I mean, that's a step forward with Steve Bruce is on his side, so Steve Bruce will probably be there in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was that. Also saw on Twitter yesterday, I think it was, or might have been.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Gloucester have burnt all their stuff. So, yeah.
It is. I understand where the club came from, but I think they took a little bit of stick for the following tweet they put under the thread in the thread, rather than doing a separate tweet, perhaps half a day later, a few hours later, whatever. The next day, they decided to tweet underneath the original tweet after finishing the original tweet with the Kitman's 81-year-old mother is currently in hospital still.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then to put in the same thing. Oh, we've lost all our kit. Come on, let's think about Granny first, shall we?
Yeah, we've lost all our away kit, drinks bottles, and whatever these vests are. I'm assuming they're the ones that track all the running you do. Which is fair enough. I understand where you're coming from. It's a non-league club. It's not cheap stuff. It's expensive to replace, but maybe not on the same side as that.
No.
Yeah, but obviously with that, best wishes to the Kitman's mom. Hopefully his insurance.
Oh yeah.
Sorting out for
best wishes to Granny, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. And Gloucester City have actually now set up a GoFundMe.
Well, they should hit their target for that pretty quick, I should think.
They were pretty quick yesterday. It's not a GoFundMe for the kits, it's a GoFundMe for the Kitman. Because obviously he's lost the damages to the house is pretty extensive.
It looked it, yeah.
So obviously that's for the Kitman. And I saw another tweet actually saying the kit provider sorted out Gloucester City for free, so sorted.
Oh, that's all right.
What could have potentially been something blow up in the face, because it seemed like they were being inconsiderate as well, checked quite nicely in the end. I don't think they were trying to be inconsiderate with the way they put that tweet out. It's just
it's just unfortunate the way they did it.
The way they did it, like I say, potentially a bit later or maybe the next day. But as I say, we got there in the end. I mean, I don't know if you want to touch on some of the things that Jenny mentioned to us about the worst fans and all that, because I've got a list.
Well, let's save that one for the next episode, because we're coming up on half an hour.
Yeah.
So let's cut it there.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to our fans.
Yeah, with Jenny and Mel bye.
Which we haven't got yet, but you never know. We might have one or two by next time. And we'll think of some of those to actually put into the next one, along with whatever else is happening in the non-league world.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's happening now, if you know what I mean. Nothing else in the non-league that we look for that springs to mind.
No, I would leave it for this week. I think that will do. And like I say, half an hour is a good run.
Yeah, 100%. And we've got to figure out how to get all this up on the internet for everyone to listen to.
Yeah, well, have fun with that. And we shall talk again in a week or so.
Yeah, we'll sort out time. It's convenient. Can't do next year. I'm active.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, maybe we'll make Monday nights one. Then Monday nights are pretty easy unless you're at a youth game or something. But
they do play at home, but I only tend to go if it's a cup game because Mondays and Tuesdays to the house
Okay.
with the dog and apologies
Yeah.
for the way I've worded that.
Okay.
Maybe if you're listening, because that will sound like if he says I can't go, she doesn't say I can't go. It's not.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll record one next week and we'll go from there.
Yeah. No worries.
Okay.
Yeah.
And see you next time.
See you next
Bye
time.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.